Hello, Mingalaba Dhamma class. My name is Dazanjo, and my Buddhist name is Janapali, which means power of concentration. Today, I will be your presenter for part 1 of this Dhamma class. Today's Dhamma class is on Sunday, September 28th, 2025. We meet every Sunday at 4 o'clock p.m. Arizona and Pacific Time. Anyone interested in Buddhist teachings is welcome to join us on Zoom. Use the ID 413-460-4622 and the password Buddha20, all lowercase. Remember, the Zoom ID and password will stay the same every week. First, 2 individuals will chant the Buddha Gamanagata and Diwa Dapadigata. These chants will then be followed by Part 1A, Offerings, taking the Tisarana and precepts, the Metta chant, and meditation. Part 1B, Adhitana, Determination, Mindfulness on Death, Wishing, and Sharing. Part 2, Parita chanting, discussions, questions and answers, translations from the prayer book, and some kids are reciting Bali prayers from the book. Today's subsidy will be Hingna Aung, so Hingna Aung, please have your prayer books and the correct pages ready and close by. Before we begin, here are some important rules and regulations. If you're reading a substitution or participating in Part 1A, please try to join the Zoom meeting at least 5 minutes early. Please do not eat or drink during the prayer time, as it is very disrespectful. If you're hungry, make sure to eat before joining the meeting next time. Sit up straight and center yourself in front of your camera. Keep your camera on at all times or you may be removed from the meeting. If you're not a part of the Dhamma class, you're free to turn off your camera. Please don't fidget or play around, as it can disturb others who are praying. The prayer session is only 15 minutes, so please be mindful and respectful. For those chanting, please chant both clearly and slowly, so that others can follow along. We would greatly appreciate it if everyone stays respectfully until the end of the meeting. Now, please put your hands together. We'll begin with Buddha Gamanagata. We believe you'll do great.
Buddha Gamanagata Angira Sasa Unaya Datahi Sedaram Sio Vajirawa Viro Jandi Jino Metatu Sisake Nilayo Nilatana Ma Piro Dataja Lohita Dhamma Manjita Nikamim Subhabasara Sadhu 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 Valentine Diwa Dabadi Gata Diwa Dabadi Adido Rati Mabadi Jandima Sanado Gatio Dabadi Jai Dabadi Brahmano Atasa Bamahoradim Buddha Dabadi Dejasa Dadisam Dejasa Panam Buddha Wandami Sadaram Edena Sachawadena Soti behodu sabada, soti dehodu sabada, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Oh, type.
Kana sarapa ditena dipena tamatam sina diloka dipam sambudam bujayami damonutam Wanaganda gunopetam etam kusuma sandatem pujayami munendasa siripata saroruhe.
Adiwasi tu no bende, paniam brekabidam, anokabam upadaya, vetigana tu otamam. Adiwasi tu no bende, bojanam brekabidam, anokabam upadaya, vetigana tu otamam. Valentine.
Sandy, it is your turn.
Ogata, 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 Gayaga, wasigan, manogan, tapadota, katendo, apitogo, piapa sejin, ajonga, patama, tutia, tatia, tajay, najay, donjamya ang, pia yatana, tia yatana, tenga yatana metomba rogo, ayo ate, ale amya, laso moye, shikopuzo, pumyo masho, garoba I ashimpia, garoyado, ajo ajang, abeleba, katomba, yapyesheba, yentumyongaba, upati dialeba, pitana diangaba roma, kete, kilo ninti pur, matia, potia, nipentia romyako, yaba lo I ashimpia, Dhamma.
Aham pante tisarnena saha navanga sampanagatam upo sata silam tamam yajami anugaham katva silam de tame pante tutiyampi aham pante tisarnena saha navanga sampanagatam upo sata silam tamam yajami anugaham katva silam de tame bante tatiyampi aham bante tisarnena saha navanga sampanagatam upo sata silam tamam yajami anugaham katva silam de tame bante ama bante Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Sangham saranam gacchami. Tutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami. Tutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami. Tutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Amabante.
Panadipada Veramani Sigapada Samadhiyami Adena Dana Veramani Sigapada Samadhiyami Abramacharya Veramani Sigapada Samadhiyami Musawada Veramani Sigapadam Samadhiyami Sura Miraya Maja Pamadadana Veramani Sigapadam Samadhiyami Vigala Bhojana Veramani Sigapadam Samadhiyami Nachagita Wadita Visuka Dasana Malaganda Vilebana Dharana Mandana Vibhusana Dana Veramani Sigapadam Samadhiyami Uja Sayana Mahasayana Veramani Sigapadam Samadhiyami Metta Sahagadena Cetasa Sabha Bana Buddhesu Paridwa Viharanam Samadhiyami Amabante by one time.
Itipiso bhagava arham sama sambuddho vichacharna sampano sugata loka vidu anuttaram purisa dhamma sarati satha deva manusarnam buddha bhagavaha. Swagato Bhagavata Dhammo Santitiko Akaliko Ahipasiko Pachatam Vadit Opaneiko Pachatam Vadita Bhuvinyuhi
Nawa Sangaguna Supatipano Bhagavato Sawaka Sango Ujupatipano Bhagavato Sawaka Sango Nyayapatipano Bhagavato Sawaka Sango Samichi Patipano Bhagavato Sawaka Sango Yatidam Chatari Purisa Yugani Atta Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Sawaka Sango Ahuneo Bahuneo Takineo Angelikarneo Anuttaram Punyagatam Loka Sat one time.
Aham Aviro Homi Abhyabajo Homi Anigo Homi Suki Atana Pariharami Mama Mata Pitu Acharya Cha Nyatimita Cha Sabrama Charino Cha Avira Hontil Abhyabaja Hontil Aniga Hontil Suki Atana Pariharantil Amhagam Paraka Devata Imam Sumim Pawasi Imam Sumim Parame Paraka Devata Avira Hontil Abhya Baja Hontil Aniga Hontil Suki Atana Pariharantil
Sabe Sata, Sabe Pana, Sabe Bhuta, Sabe Bukala, Sabe Atabawa Pariyapana, Saba Itio, Sabe Purisa, Sabe Arya, Sabe Anariya, Sabe Dewa, Sabe Manusa, Sabe Winipadika, Awira Hontu, Abhyapaja Hontu, Aniga Hontu, Sukhiyatanam Pariharantu, Dukkha Muchantu, Yata Lada Sampatito, Mahavikachantu Kamasaka.
Pratimaya Disaya Dakinaya Disaya Patimaya Disaya Uttaraya Disaya Pratimaya Anudisaya Dakinaya Anudisaya Patimaya Anudisaya Uttaraya Anudisaya Hetimaya Disaya Upari Maya Disaya
Sabbe Sara, Sabbe Pana, Sabbe Buddha, Sabbe Bukala, Sabbe Atapoa Priyapana, Sabba Itio, Sabbe Prisa, Sabbe Ariya, Sabbe Anariya, Sabbe Dewa, Sabbe Manusa, Sabbe Winibadika, Awira Hondu, Abhyabhasha Hondu, Anika Hondu, Sukhiyatanam Pariharantu, Dukkha Munchantu, Yada Lada Sambarito Mawika Chantu, Kama Seka.
Udam Yawa Bawa Gaja Ado Yawa Awijito Samantha Chakawalesu Ye Sata Patawichara Apyavaja Niviraja Nidukhaja Nupadawa Udam Yawa Bawa Gaja Ado Yawa Awijito Samantha Chakawalesu Ye Sata Udake Jara Abhyapaja Niviraja Nidukhaja Nupadoa Udam Yawa Boagacha Adoyawa Avijito Samantha Chakawalesu Ye Sata Akase Jara Abhyapaja Niviraja Nidukhaja Nupadoa Sadhu, 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 wrong time.
Now we will learn how to meditate by Chloe, Maythun, Valerie, Sumyape, and Pizancho.
What is meditation? Meditation is a way to keep the mind cool and calm by concentrating on one object. There are many ways to meditate. In our Dhamma class, primarily we study Anapanasati and body scanning meditation. In Anapanasati, a natural focus is your own breath, which is always with you. If you simply keep feeling the breath as it comes in and as it goes out, the mind gets quieter and more peaceful. In body scanning meditation, you scan your whole body from head to toe, from the front and the back. The only trouble is, something will always take your attention away. Maybe a noise or a pain in the knee, but often your own mind is the problem. It is so full of useless stuff. Like a monkey jumping here and there, it is so hard to control. To become the master of your mind, you need some lessons, enough time, and a good place to learn how to practice. With enough practice, meditation helps to replace bad thoughts and feelings with happy ones. Why do we meditate? By learning how to control the mind, we start to get rid of negative habits and develop good mental qualities instead. If your mind is cool, you make good decisions, you don't get confused, you make less mistakes, you don't get angry or feel afraid, and you become more confident. If your mind is calm, you become peaceful and happy, you're less worried and frustrated, you don't get stressed about work or exams, you develop compassion and kindness, and you have more harmonious relationships. If your mind is concentrated, you get less distracted by useless things, you find it easier to focus and learn, you perform better in sports and games, and you make better music and art, and you will be more trustworthy. What is different between samatha and vipassana meditation? Samatha meditation and vipassana meditation are two different types of meditation. Samatha aims at achieving deep concentration, while vipassana aims at understanding both the body and mind. In samatha meditation, the focus is solely on one object to attain deep concentration, such as by fixing the mind on a single point. In contrast, vipassana meditation involves observing various mental and physical processes as they occur. During samatha meditation, when the mind wanders, we bring it back to the chosen object. However, in vipassana meditation, when the mind wanders, we observe it without trying to control it. Only when the distraction fades, we return our focus to the primary object. These differences in focus and approach distinguish the two types of meditation.
We are now going to practice guided muscle relaxation meditation. But before we begin, can everyone please close their eyes? Step 1. When I say a group of muscle, focus on the group of muscles you hear and feel the tenseness in them. Step 2. Mentally relax those group of muscles. Step 3. Feel those muscles completely relaxed. Let's start. Your scalp muscles, all the muscles on your head, are relaxed. Your forehead and eyebrows are relaxed. Your eyes, ears, nose, lips, and chin are relaxed. Your neck and shoulders are relaxed. Your arms, forearms, wrists, hands, and fingers are relaxed. Your chest and upper back are relaxed. Your abdomen and lower back are relaxed. Your hips and thighs are relaxed. Your knees and legs are relaxed. Your ankles, feet, and toes are relaxed. Now your whole body, from head to toe, fully relaxed.
Now we are going to advance to body scanning meditation. Imagine you are holding a scanner in your hand. You are going to scan your whole body from head to toe, from the front and the back. Let's start at the top of our head. Scan down slowly, inch by inch, muscle by muscle, feeling the smooth flow of positive energy, opening all the energy channels. If you run into any area of block, focus on that area and mentally relax that area. Try to scan through that area again. You will notice that the area is now open. Scan down further until you get to the tip of your toes. Now you are going to scan your back. Start from your heels, scanning upward. Back of your legs, back of your knees, back of your thighs, back of your hips, your lower back, your upper back, back of your shoulders, back of your neck, back of your head, and the top of your head. Now you have successfully completed one cycle of body scanning meditation. Now you are going to practice another cycle on your own. Once all the energy channels are open, your body will feel very light. You will feel as if you are riding on a calm ocean wave. We are now done meditating.
Dukkha peta cha nirodha, bhaya peta cha nibhaya, sukha peta cha nisukha, hontu sabbe vipanino.
Nahi verena verani, samantita kuda janam, avarena cha samanti, asatmosa nandano.
Sabha pasa akaranam, kusala supa sampada, sajita dapanam, etam buddha nasasanam.
Maranam me tuam, jivitam me atuam, itam me punyam, nippanasa pachayo hotu, imam punya bhagam, sabha satanam bhajema, sadhu, 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 bound time.
We are now moving on to part 2 of the Dhamma class, and again, please do not eat anything. However, drinking water is now fine. So we will be starting off with prayer number 1, which is Chant of Mitta Sutta by Alexander, Amara, Mate, Masindi, Valerie, Maythun, Cynthia, Chloe, Grayson, Chloe, Noel, Grayson, Brian, Biabalat, and Miranda.
Metta Sutta Yasa Nubhavato Yaka Newa Dasanti Bisanam Yani Chewa Nuyunjanto Ratsim diwa ma chandito.
Sukam supati sutoja papam kanchi napasati ewa madi gunupetam paritam tam panamahe. Karaniya matakusalena yada satam pada abisametra saka uducha suhujucha suwachocha samudda anatimani santu sakocha subarocha apakijocha salahukauti santindriyocha nipakocha apagabo huleswa manugido Nacha kudama kinchi yena winyu para upawadeyum Sukino wa kemino hontu Saba sata bawantu sukitata Yekechi pana budati Tasawa dawarawa Nawa sesa Tiga wa yewa mahanda Majima rasaka anuka tula
Tita wa yewa adita yewa dure wasanti awi dure Buddha wa samba we siwa Saba sata bawantu suki tata
Na para nikubeta na timanyeta katachi na kanchi Pyara sana patika sanya Nanya manyasa duka michaya
Mata yata niyang Buddha Mahayusa eka Buddha manilage Ewang bisapa Buddhesu Manasam bawaye apimanam
Midancha sapalokasmi Manasam bhavaye aparimanam Udam adocha diriyancha Asambadam avirama sapadam
Itam jaram nisino wa sayano yawadasa vidamito etasatim aditeya Rama meta vihara mitamahi
Didinja anubagama Silawa dasanena sampano Gamesu vinayakidam Nahi jadil gabaseya Punareti Medasudam nididam Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We will now be moving on to program number 2, which is Basic Buddhism, first by Shintha and Tiffany and Noel, then by Chloe, May, Cindy, and Valerie, then by Grace, Thing Thing, and Brian, then by Sarah and Juju, then by Bia Balash Yingling and Gina Balat, then by Hazel and Alexander, and lastly by Zinjo and Haley.
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Shintha. My Buddhist name is Mokabali, which means freedom keeper. So today my friends Tiffany and Noel will be joining me, so please introduce yourselves.
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Tiffany. My Buddhist name is Santa Bali, which means peacekeeper. So, Noel, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Noel and my Buddhist name is Manapala, which means power of personality. So Shintha, what are we talking about today?
We will be talking about Bodhisattva.
So please listen carefully because we have questions at the end. What is Bodhisattva? Bodhisattva in Theravada Buddhism is a person who is on the path to becoming a Buddha. This means they are dedicated to gaining wisdom and helping others reach enlightenment.
Before he became the Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama was a bodhisattva. He made many sacrifices and learned important lessons during his journey to understand suffering and how to overcome it.
Bodhisattvas practice 10 paramis, which are special qualities. These qualities can be summed up as kindness, compassion, and selflessness. They work hard to develop their minds and help others along the way. They want to share their knowledge and guide others to find happiness and peace.
In Theravada Buddhism, the Bodhisattva ideal teaches us to care for all living beings. It encourages us to be patient and persistent in our journey to help others and ourselves. So now I'll be asking questions. So Tiffany, what is your first question?
My first question is to Benji, and what is a bodhisattva? Well, the answer is a bodhisattva is someone on the path to become a Buddha.
My next question is to William, and it is, who was Siddhartha Gautama before he became the Buddha?
He was a bodhisattva.
Yes, that is correct.
My question is to Benji. What qualities do bodhisattvas practice?
Kindness, compassion, and selflessness.
That's correct.
My last question is to William, and what does being a bodhisattva teach us?
It teaches us to care for all beings and help others.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you for listening.
It is now Chloe, Mason, D, and Valerie's turn.
Hello, Manglapa. My name is Chloe Chang, and my Buddhist name is Diti Bali, which means keeper of wisdom. I live in Chino Hills, California. So today, my dear Dhamma friends, Mason D and Valerie will be joining me. So Mason D, please introduce yourself.
Hello, Manglapa. My name is Mason D. My Buddha name is Loka Bali, which means guardian of the world. I live in Jacksonville, Florida. So, Valerie, please introduce yourself.
Hello, Mangalaba. My name is Valerie Chow, and my Buddhist name is Dana Bali, which means the keeper of charity. I live in Chino Hills, California. So, Chloe, what will we be talking about today?
We will be talking about Dhamma, so I'll go first. Please listen carefully because we'll be asking some questions at the end. What is Dhamma? Dhamma in Buddhism means the teachings of the Buddha. It includes the rules and ideas that help us understand how to live a good life. Dhamma shows us the path to happiness and peace.
The Dhamma teaches us important lessons like being kind, honest, and helping others. It also helps understand our feelings and the reasons behind our actions.
One key idea in the Dhamma is the Four Noble Truths, which explain why we suffer and how to overcome it. By following the Dhamma, we learn to make better choices and avoid causing harm to ourselves or others.
Living according to the Dhamma can lead to a happier life and help us find inner peace. It guides us to be our best selves and to treat others with love and respect. So now we will be asking questions. So, Mason D, please ask your first question.
So my first question is to Lasandar. So Lasandar, what does Dhamma mean?
Dhamma means the teaching of the Buddha that shows us how to live a good life.
Yes, that's correct. So Valerie, please ask your next question.
My next question is to Julia. So Julia, what does the Dhamma teach us?
The Dhamma teaches kindness, honesty, and how to understand our feelings.
That is correct. So Chloe, please ask your next question.
My next question is to Lasanda, and it is, What's one important idea in the Dhamma?
The Four Noble Truths, which explains why we suffer and how to overcome it.
That is correct. So, Mason D, please ask your last question.
So my last question is to Julia. So Julia, how does living according to the Dhamma help us?
It helps us make better choices, avoid harm, and find inner peace.
Yes, that's correct. So thank you for watching and listening.
It's now Grace, Nathan, and Brian's turn.
Hello, Mingla Dhamma class. My name is Grace, and my Buddhist name is Kima Pali, which means keeper of security in the mind and body. Today, Tintin and Brian will be joining me today. So Tintin, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, Manglaba. My name is Ding. My Buddhist name is Sita Bali, which means keeper smile. So Brian, may you introduce yourself?
Hello, Mangalaba. My name is Brian, and my Buddhist name is Bunya Bala, which means power of goodness. So, Grace, what will we be talking about today?
We'll be talking about Ehipasiko. But before we start, can everyone please listen carefully because we'll be asking questions at the end. So, Brian, you can go first.
What does Ehipasika mean? Ehipasika means come and see. It is an important part of the Buddha's teachings. He invites us to explore and experience his teachings for ourselves.
The Buddha doesn't ask for blind faith or strict rules. Instead, he encouraged everyone to learn and practice at their own pace. No one should be forced to believe something that they aren't ready for.
The Buddha welcomes testing of his teachings because true understanding comes from practice. His teachings are well taught, encourage self-discovery, provide immediate results, and can be understood by anyone willing to learn. We will now be asking questions. So, Tintin, could you please ask the first question?
Hank, what does Ehipasika mean?
Ehipasiko means come and see, inviting us to explore the Buddha's teachings ourselves.
That's correct. So Brian,
Hema, does the Buddha ask for blind faith?
No, the Buddha encourages us to learn and practice at our own pace.
That's correct.
Hank, what does the Buddha encourage us to do?
He encourages us to test his teachings through practice and self-discovery.
That's correct. So, Tintin, could you please ask the last question?
Hema, can anyone understand the Buddha teaching?
Yes, the Buddha's teachings can be understood by anyone who is willing to learn.
That's correct.
That is all, and thank you for watching and listening.
It is now Sarah and Juju's turn.
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Sarah, and my Buddhist name is Pali, which means good guardian. Today we'll be talking about something with a Dhamma friend of mine. So, Juju, please introduce yourself.
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Juju, and my Buddhist name is Pali, which means keeper of all human beings. So, Sarah, could you please introduce yourself? Sarah, what will we be talking about today?
Today we'll be talking about the story of the Kalamas, and we'll also be asking questions and end. So, everyone, please listen carefully. Once upon a time, a group of people called the Kalamas were very confused. They had heard many different teachings from various teachers and didn't know which one to believe. So they went to the Buddha for advice. Buddha told them, "It's okay to feel confused and have doubts. Sometimes life can be tricky." Oh, sorry.
And it's normal to question things. He then warned them not to believe everything they hear just because it comes from tradition, is written in books, or is said by someone who seems smart or important. Even if a teacher says something, that doesn't mean you have to accept it right away.
Instead, the Buddha told the Kalamas to trust themselves. He said, "If you see that something is harmful, causes suffering, or is criticized by wise people, then you should stay away from it. Don't just follow others. Decide for yourself what is right and good.
And so the Galamas learned to think for themselves and make wise choices, just as the Buddha had advised them. So now we'll be asking our questions. So Sarah, could you please ask your first question?
My first question is to Nathan. Why were the Kalamas confused?
They heard many different teachings from various teachers and didn't know which one to believe.
That is correct, so Juju, please ask the next question.
My next question is for Sunyape, which is, how did the Buddha reassure the Kalamas?
The Buddha said that life can be tricky and it is normal to question things.
That is correct, thank you. And Sarah, could you please ask your next question?
My next question is to Nathan. So what do the Kalamas learn from Buddha's advice?
They learned to think for themselves and make the wisest decision.
That is correct, so Juju, please ask the last question.
My last question is for Sunyape, which is, what did the Buddha warn them about?
To not believe everything that they hear.
That is correct, thank you. And that is all for today. Thank you for listening.
It is now Via Bala, Xingling, and Gina Bala's turn.
Hi Dhamma class, my name is Kevin Hong and my Buddhist name is Biapala, which means power of love. Today I'll be sharing something to Dhamma class with Xingling and Gina Bala. So Xingling, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, Minkalava. My name is Shin Keeling and my Buddhist name is Virabali, which means brave keeper. I live in Colorado. So Gina Bala, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Ren Hong and my Buddhist name is Gina Bala, which means power of wind. So Bala, what will we be doing today?
Today I'll be sharing about Anija.
Hey everyone, please listen because we will be asking questions in the end.
What is anicca? Anicca means impermanence or things that are always changing. It is an important idea in Buddhism that helps us understand suffering, dukkha, and the concept of no self, anatta.
Everything that comes into being will eventually fade away. This includes all living things, thoughts, and feelings, because everything is always changing. Nothing can truly last forever.
The law of cause and effect, Karma, shows us that everything exists because of previous causes and will lead to new effects. Suffering comes not from change itself, but from trying to hold onto things we wish would stay the same.
The Buddha's last words remind us all things are subject to change, so keep working hard to be free from suffering. We'll now be asking questions, so Gina Pala, please ask your first question.
Kishing, what does anicca mean?
Anicca means impermanence or the idea that everything is always changing.
That is correct. So, Bala, can you please ask the next question?
Shinki, why is Anicca important in Buddhism?
Anicca helps us understand suffering and the idea that nothing lasts forever.
That is correct. Xingling, can you please ask the next question?
My next question is to Kishing. So Kishing, what happens to everything because of anicca?
Everything that comes into being will eventually fade away, including living things, thoughts, and feelings.
That is correct. So Gina Pala, please ask your last question.
Shinki, what did the Buddha say about change?
Buddha said all things are subject to change and we should keep working to be free from suffering.
That is all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for watching.
It is now Hazel and Alexander's turn.
Hello Dhamma class, my name is Hazel and my Buddhist name is Rupa Bali, which means beauty keeper. Today I'll be talking about something with my dear Dhamma friend Alexander. So Alexander, please introduce yourself.
Hello Dhamma class, my name is Alexander and my Buddhist name is Uchigla, which is power of honesty. So Hazel, what will we be talking about today?
Today we'll be talking about anatta. And I'll start. Everyone, please listen carefully because they'll be asking questions at the end. What is anatta? Anatta means no soul or no self. It's a key teaching of the Buddha that sets Buddhism apart from other religions, but it's often misunderstood.
In Buddhism, there is an eternal core self that controls everything. Instead, everything is constantly changing, and there's no separate doer behind our actions.
We are made up of 5 body parts: body, feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness. These parts work together to create our experience of I or myself, but there is no fixed essence behind them. We'll now be asking questions, so Alexander, please ask your first question.
My first question is to Alante, and it is, what are the 5 parts we are made up of?
Body, feeling, precipitation, mental formation, and consciousness.
That is correct. So Hazel, please ask your first question.
My first question's for Victoria, and these 5 parts work together to create what experience?
Absent.
Well, the correct answer is they create the experience I or myself, but there is no fixed essence behind them. Alexander, please ask your next question.
My last question is to Alante. It is, according to Buddhism, is there eternal core self?
In Buddhism, there isn't a internal core self that controls everything.
That is correct. So Hazel, please ask the last question.
My last question is for Alante. So what does anatta mean?
It means no soul or no self.
That is correct. That is all, and thank you for listening.
It's now the Zinjo and Hila turn.
Hello, Mingalaba Dhamma class. My name is Dzanjo, and my Buddhist name is Janapali, which means power of concentration. Today, me and a Dhamma friend will be talking about something. So, Hina, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Haemang, and my Buddhist name is Sukabla, which means power of happiness. So this intro, what will we talk about today?
We will be talking about, do Buddhists worship statues? Everyone please listen carefully because we will be asking a couple questions in the end. I'll start us off. Do Buddhists worship statues? Buddhists do not worship statues the way some people might worship a god. The main goal in Buddhism is not about idols, but about following the Buddha's teachings.
Statues of the Buddha are often found in temples and homes. They are reminders of the Buddha's wisdom, kindness, and peace. Looking at them helps Buddhists remember to practice these good qualities.
Although Buddhists bow, offer flowers, or light incense in front of a statue, they are not worshipping the statue itself. They are showing respect and gratitude for the Buddha and his teachings. These actions also help Buddhists develop humility and mindfulness.
The most important part of Buddhism is practicing the teachings, like kindness, wisdom, meditation, and mindfulness, so that one can find freedom from suffering. Now I'll be asking questions, so Zincho, could you please ask the first question?
My first question is for Marinda, which is, do Buddhists worship Buddha statues?
No, Buddhists don't worship statues like a god. The statues are reminders of the Buddha's teachings.
That is correct. Hina, could you please ask the next question?
The next question is for Ninye Then, and it is, why do Buddhists have Buddha statues in temples and homes?
The statue remind people of the Buddha's wisdom, kindness, and peace.
That is correct. So, Zinjo, could you please ask the next question?
My next question is for Marinda again, which is, why do Buddhists bow, offer flowers, or light incense in front of a statue?
They are showing respect and thanks for the Buddha and his teachings, not the statue itself.
That is correct. Hina, could you please ask the last question?
The last question is for Ninye Then, and it is, what is the most important part of Buddhism?
Practicing the Buddha's teachings like kindness, wisdom, meditation, and mindfulness to be free from suffering.
That is correct.
That is all, and thank you for listening.
We're now moving on to program number 3, which is choose the correct one of the given answers by Hank and Hema.
Hi, my name is Hank, and my Buddhist name is Tutabala, which means the power of knowledge. Today, I'll be joined by my twin sister. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Hima, and my Buddhist name is Hemapali, which means peacekeeper.
Today, we'll be asking questions to the individuals Benji, Sandy, Alente, William, Lasanda, Julia, Amiette, Alexander, and June. Benji, what is a bodhisattva?
A bodhisattva is someone on the path to becoming a Buddha.
That is correct. Sandy, what qualities do bodhisattvas practice?
Kindness, compassion, and selflessness.
That is correct. Anlinte, what does being a bodhisattva teach us?
Do you say it again?
Oh, what does being a bodhisattva teach us?
It teaches us to care for our beings and help others.
That is correct. William, what are the 5 parts we are made up of?
Body, feeling, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness.
That is correct. Basanda, what does anatta mean?
It means no soul or no self.
That is correct.
Julia, what does anicca mean?
Anicca means the idea that everything is always changing.
That is correct. Amia, what does Dhamma mean?
Dhamma means the teachings of the Buddha that shows us how to live a good life.
That is correct. Alexander, does the Buddha ask for blind faith?
No, the Buddha encourages us to learn and practice at our own pace.
That is correct. June, what did the Buddha warn them about?
To not believe everything just they hear.
That is correct. Benji, who was Sarata Gautama before he became the Buddha?
He was a bodhisattva.
That is correct. Thank you for listening.
We are now moving on to program number 4, which is Answer the Questions 1 by Rebecca and Cynthia.
Hello to my class. My name is Rebecca, and my Buddhist name is Metta Bali, which means keeper of loving kindness. My sister Cynthia will be joining me, so can you please introduce yourself?
Hello Dhamma class, my name is Cynthia, and my Buddhist name is Marga Bali, which means keeper of the middle path. And the individuals we'll be asking are Sarah, Amara, Mayton, Mateng, Mason D, Alexander, Danyitan, Grace, Juju, Hazel, and Chloe.
Sarah, please list the 3 Dipidakas.
Vinaya Pitaka, Sutanta Pitaka, and Abhidhamma Pitaka.
That is correct, thank you. Amara, please list the 5 aggregates.
Number 1, Rupa, matter. Number 2, Vedana, feeling. Number 3, Sanya, perception. Number 4, Sankara, mental formations. Number 5, Vijnana, consciousness.
That is correct, thank you. Nathan, please list the 2 types of udana.
1. Manasa udana, a mental utterance or thought. 2. Vajasa udana, a verbal utterance or spoken words.
That is correct, thank you. Mate, please recite the first manasa udana.
Anega jadi gata, anega jadi samsaram, sandawisam, anibisam, kahagaram, gawe sando, dukkha jadi punam punam.
That is correct, thank you. May Cindy, please recite the third Vajasa udana.
Next.
Alexander, please recite the second Padama Buddha Vachana.
Yarahawe patu bhavanti dhamma atapino jayato brahmanasa atasa ganga Wapayanti Saba Yato Kayam Pachayanam Awedi.
You answered the wrong question, but thank you for trying.
Ninitam, please list the 3 Tipitakas.
Number 1, Vinaya Pitaka. Number 2, Sutanta Pitaka. Number 3, Pitama Pitaka.
That's correct, thank you. Grace, please list the 5 aggregates.
Number 1, Rupa, matter. Number 2, Vedana, feeling. Number 3, Sanya, perception. Number 4, Sankhara, mental formations. And number 5, Vijnana, consciousness.
That's correct, thank you. Juju, please list the 2 types of udana.
Vachasa Udana and Manasa Udana.
That's correct, thank you. Hazel, please recite the first Manasa Udana.
Aneka jati samsaram santavisam anipisam kahakaram kalesanto dukha jati punapunam.
That's correct, thank you. Chloe, please recite the third Vachasa Udana.
Yatahawe Batu Bounty Dhamma Atapino Jayato Brahmanasa Vidubayanti Tati Marasenam Suryowa Opasaya Mantalikam.
That's correct, thank you.
That is all for our program. Thank you for listening and participating.
We're now moving on to program number 5, which is Answer the Questions 2 by this angel.
Hello, Minglaba Dhamma class. My name is Zanjo, and my Buddhist name is Jana Bali, which means power of concentration. Today, I'll be asking a few questions to the individuals, Lin Thant, Snowy, Sundi, Shinling, Thing Thing, and Yambong Tat. So please be ready and prepared. Lin Thant, how do you chant metta meditation on yourself?
Homi, Abya Baja Homi, Go Homi, Suki Adana, Parihari.
That is correct. Thank you. Snowy, how do you chant metta meditation on your parents?
Mama mata pitu, avira hontu, avya pada hontu, anika hontu, suki atanam pariharantu.
That is correct. Thank you. Sandy, how do you chant metta meditation on your relatives and friends?
Nyati mitaja awera hontu, apya baja hontu, anika hontu, sukia tanam pariharantu.
That is correct. Thank you. Shinling, how do you chant metta meditation on your Dhamma class?
Sabrahmacharino cha, awera hontu, apya baja hontu, anika hontu, sukia tanam pariharantu.
That is correct. Thank you. Thing Thing, what is Buddhism? Please answer in Pali and English.
Tapa papasa akana, not to do any evil. Kusalasa upasapada, to practice good. Jajita puyo dapana, to purify one mind. Itam Buddhana sasana, this is teaching of Buddha.
That is correct. Thank you. And Yambong Tat, how do you chant metta meditation on yourself?
I will hold you up your baja hold. I will hold me up your baja hold me. Anika hold me. Shikatana Pariharami.
That is correct. Thank you. And that is all, and thank you for listening.
We're now at the end of the Dhamma class, so everyone please put your hands together and recite Buddha Sasanam Jiram Day to do 3 times. Buddha Sasanam Chiram Dedadu. May the Buddha's teachings last long. Buddha Sasanam Chiram Dedadu. May the Buddha's teachings last long. Buddha Sasanam Chiram Dedadu. May the Buddha's teachings last long. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That is all. Thank you for coming.